So the final seconds ticking away here. And the Montreal Alouettes have suffered a second straight loss under interim head coach Jacques Chapdelaine, 22-8 against the Calgary Stampeders. The Alouettes get a late touchdown, only points out of pride. There was a no-quit effort from the defense and special teams, and the Alouettes are still alive in the incredible tortoise race that is the CFL East.
8:25 TSN 690 weekend game plan with Matthew Ross. That call, the incomparable Rick Moffat yesterday on the Alouettes' loss in Calgary. And it was interesting that Rick mentioned the no-quit attitude of the special teams and defense. However, the offense, they quit. They quit before the game started. Rakeem Cato, we've played the clip a couple of times, how disgusted he was with the effort. Boy, how the mighty have fallen. Can you imagine that this was an organization that had a Hall of Fame quarterback and an unbelievable offense, both passing and running game, and now we're reduced to seeing 13 of 29 for 126 yards? I mean, this is just embarrassing. What has to happen for the Montreal Alouettes before the season is done, and I know Rick, God bless him, talking about the playoffs, that's not happening, even in the CFL. But one thing that has to happen, and I'm from what you see of Rakeem Cato, when he came in last year, the accuracy was the big thing, right? Oh boy, he can actually hit the quarterback. Crompton, the completion percentage just wasn't there. But what's happening is he is a slender guy who isn't as fast as he needs to be to avoid the rush, and he just gets hammered. He cannot get away from taking bad sack after bad sack after bad sack. Cato just can't do it. And when I saw him throw a 4.5-yard pass for a near completion, it was a completion until they overturned it by challenge in the first quarter yesterday. I said to myself, they got to go another route. I mean, they have to try something. Whether or not Rakeem Cato is here next year is something that they're going to have to deal with in the offseason. Before then, I think it is imperative. It is a must. It is something they have to do. Get Vernon Adams Jr. a start behind center or under center for the Montreal Alouettes, a guy who starred in college at Oregon. I know that Cato had a good year or good career in college at Marshall, but this is Oregon. This is the big time. This is under the spotlight, and Vernon Adams Jr. was tremendous with the Ducks. He could do so many different things, and by all accounts, he's been a model Alouette. We haven't heard anything negative. Whatever role they've put him in as a backup, the short yardage guy, he's done his job. So when Mr. Pop, Mr. Wettenhall, Mr. Chapdelaine, Mr. Calvillo, whoever is making the decision here, when is this guy going to get a start? I want to see Vernon Adams Jr. before the season is done, and forget the playoffs. It's not happening. Hopefully, we can find out if this guy has something moving forward.
Right. I mean, they gave up a first-round pick for
First
him.
round pick. Get this guy in the game. What are you waiting for? Seven losses in a row. Well, they did win that one game a couple of weeks ago. But what are they waiting for? For the offense to generate 40 yards instead of 170 yards total offense? Get this guy in the game. I can't take this anymore. I can't take a once proud organization settling for 130 yards passing and 5-yard passing play. How does Duron Carter have 0 catches in a game? How does that happen? This is a guy who could be a star in any other team in this league except here. Apparently, nobody is allowed to throw this guy a jump ball down the field. Nobody can do it. Nobody's allowed. Roll out, throw it deep. Give him an opportunity to make a catch. This is a difference maker. Instead, the Alouettes are settling for these short yardage situations, these short yardage passes that are going absolutely nowhere, or the quarterback's getting sacked before he can do it. Give Vernon Adams Jr. a chance. This is something that has to happen. Has to.
Interesting about Duron Carter, he's, like I said yesterday, he's on a 1-year contract, right? So
why would Duron Carter want to play here again next year when they don't even throw him the ball? You're alienating the best weapon that you have. And I don't care if he's a difficult personality. A lot of talents are difficult personalities. If you don't have talent, you're not going to win games. S.J. Green's coming back next year. S.J. Green is getting older. I love the guy. But you need an elite talent like Duron Carter, and there's no reason he would stay here if he can't even get the ball thrown to him. Give Vernon Adams Jr. a chance, please. And Rick Moffat, you're out there, please continue to promote the Alouettes in a positive light. But sooner or later, you, sir, deserve something fun to call on the field.